Hello, my friends. This is Dr. Ginny Barrow. Today, I am cozy in my office working on a keynote that I will be delivering. And by the time you listen to this video, most likely it's already going to be done. It's at the end of April. And I will be the keynote speaker for the Thoughtful Leadership Certification Program at Fordham University 2021 to 2022 program. I'm super excited to prepare for them. And I'm going over some of the speeches that I've given before and looking for the theme and the message that I want to leave those talented students with. And I want to come on video this morning to share with you some of the messages that I'm going to share with them, because it's so important that as we develop in our careers and as we decide to transition in our careers, and depending on what stage of your life and career you're in, you may have a different purpose now than you did when you started. And so one of the messages that I'm sharing with those talented students is that it's super important to own our story. Our stories can have simultaneously an empowering or disempowering meaning based on what we focus on. So, for example, my mom is one of my role models, and she was the one with the vision back in the Dominican Republic when she was struggling as a teacher, holding two jobs and couldn't make ends meet. And she decided she was going to look for a way forward. So she reached out to her mother, who lived in the United States, in New York, and she said, "Can you help me get to the US with a visa?" My grandmother said yes. And my mom ventured into the US looking for a better future for my brothers and me. And so my mom's courage, her vision, her clarity around what she wanted to create in her life and her kids' life is what made it possible for me and my brothers to have the life that we never thought was possible for us when we were growing up in a third world country, the Dominican Republic. So the message of owning your story in this case for my mother is that she was courageous. She was a visionary. She was fearless. She acted despite the fear. And because of her actions, because of her vision and her care and her love, she changed our lives forever. The flip side of that is that if she had chosen to look at her story as a disempowering story, or if I chose to look at my story, because her story is part of my story, as a disempowering story, that I am an immigrant, I am an underdog, I'll never be able to catch up, I'm always behind the eight ball, then if I believe that story, I would keep holding myself back, keep holding myself from going after my dreams, from having my own ambitions, for wanting to create a better life and future for myself and for my son, Kyle. And so how you look at your story, whether you're an immigrant or not, how you look at the struggles that you've been through and how resilient you've been to overcome them, no matter what's been thrown at you, you keep landing on your feet. We're like a cat with 9 lives. No matter what happens, we make it through and we're resilient and we are here. And that is part of your story. How you own that story, how you use it to fuel you, to give you purpose, to give you strength and courage and fearlessness is the difference between you being the victim of your story or you being the victor of your story. So what are you being? Are you using your story as a source of encouragement, accomplishments, achievement, something that you feel proud about? Or are you using your story as a way to keep you down, to keep you anchored, to keep you from dreaming, because life happens and things are, what the word I'm going to use is, right? Things are blank. You get to choose how you look at all of this. And that's one of the messages that I'm going to share with the talented students at Fordham University when they graduate with their thoughtful leadership certification. Thank you so much for letting me share it with you. Among other things, of course, I'm going to be sharing with them, but that's definitely one of them. Own your story And I hope this serves you as the listener for this video and this audio or this podcast. And you know where to reach me if you need a keynote speaker, if you need someone to talk to your ERG, whatever groups you have within your company. I would be more than happy to set up a complimentary strategy session, listen to what your objectives are, and to craft a magnificent talk that will engage your audience, will touch their hearts, their minds, and inspire them into action. Because I am a results-focused coach. And I know that if all we do is talk and we don't take action, nothing is going to change. So with that, you can always reach out to me at callwithginny.com. I'll see you soon. Live with purpose, live with joy.